Hey, my name is Samar. I also go by Sam or First Time Panner. Any of those you want to call me, you can. This will be my June 2 looks 1 palette video, and it's with the Sydney Grace Mountain Trail palette, which I love not only for the amazing cover art, but it's like greens, grungy greens, and neutrals, which are pretty much my favorite things to wear as far as eyeshadow. And I'm just feeling so much better right now because immediately before this, I don't know if you can tell, but I did film like a tutorial first impressions, not really first impressions, with 2 different face palettes, and I don't know. There were a lot of technical difficulties and just me being me. And I was like, what if people who are not subscribed to me see this? They're not gonna understand how I am. But now I feel like most of the people watching this video probably are already subscribed to me, and I just feel more comfortable with this one. So hello. Yeah, this palette, I think at this point this palette might be discontinued. Also, my chair is very creaky, and I have my window open and my fan on, so it's just gonna be a mess. But again, you know me. But yeah, this palette is not new at all, but that's not the point of this series. As I always say, it's for me to kind of reuse and rediscover and kind of showcase some of my favorite older palettes that I just want to get more use on. So yeah, June is Sydney Grace Mountain Trail, and here we go. I don't really know how to segue. Also, I'm still in my old bedroom, so that's why it's a little extra off today. But this is what the palette looks like. You probably now can tell why I love it so much. Yeah, just like green. This is very reminiscent, in my opinion, of the Hot Jalapeno quad from e.l.f., which I decluttered last year because I panned it in my Project Level Up. But I loved that palette, and I think I love this one a little bit more because it does have, of course, a little more variety. That one's a 4 pan, this one's a 9 pan, and this one is a bit grungier and earthier. It's like an earth themed palette. Its sister palette was the California Coast, which I'm so annoyed at myself for not getting before it was discontinued. But I don't even live in California anymore, so whatever. I actually did not think at all of the looks that I was gonna do. I feel like that's how every one of these videos so far this year has been. Maybe I'll be very basic and do a green look and a neutral look. I think that's what I'm gonna do, because I'm realizing now that's all I know how to do with this palette. I guess I'll start with a neutral look first on my right eye so that my brushes don't get stained. I don't have any brush cleaner with me, and I don't remember if these stain or not because it's been like maybe a year since I used this palette. And I do already have a tiny bit of highlight on my brow bone, if you're wondering what that is, because I just love the highlights in those palettes. Spoiler, if you haven't seen that yet, you probably weren't gonna watch it. I'm just gonna put backwoods. Am I? Okay, I'm changing my mind. Wow, this is me being slightly creative. I'm going to take Dirt Road and put that all over my lid, and then after that I'm gonna put Wildfire in my outer corner. You just never know what's gonna happen at 10 p.m. And I was stupid enough to wear a sweatshirt to film this. I genuinely have no idea what I'm thinking sometimes. It just like, I feel like I don't even know myself. Like, I am already a sweaty, oily person, and then I decide to put a sweatshirt on a summer night to film a video. And I don't have AC where I am right now. Why did I do that? But anyway, that first shade is done. Now I'm gonna take Wildfire, which is like a, that kid is not happy. It's like a medium deep, like grungy army green shade, and just gonna put that in my crease. I don't know if this is gonna do what I want it to do, but I also don't actually know what I wanted it to do. This is what I get for trying to be spontaneous. And now I can't tell what's my sweat and what's the highlight, so I guess that's good. Sorry, I got a call, but that gave me time to think about what I was gonna do next, because I genuinely had no clue and I was just staring at this palette for like 2 minutes straight. I think, actually I know that I'm gonna take Light My World and then put it all over my lid, and then put Rustic in my outer corner, and then I'm gonna put Escape on my lower lash line. But first, I'm gonna put my NYX glitter primer all over my eye. Okay, so here's Rustic in my outer corner. I feel like Rustic, even though I think it technically is supposed to be a shimmer, it barely has any shimmer in it. So I'm just gonna pretend it's not, and I'm gonna put it in my outer corner. I'm also realizing that I don't have an inner corner brush, so I have nothing to put that Escape shade on my lower lash line with, so I'm just gonna take this brush and then I'm gonna hope for the best. So let's go. It's not really working. Okay, that's what that looks like. Someone's coughing in the background. I love that. Just gonna put a little more of that Dirt Road shade on my eye. I don't know why, because it's not doing anything. So I think that has to be it. I think I have to be done with this eye. So I'm gonna put some eyeliner and mascara on and be right back. So here's that eye. I don't hate it. I feel like the 3 colors that I used, like the shimmers, almost blend into each other, so you can't really tell which is which, but also it made it look pretty seamless, so I'm not mad about it. But it's time to go on to the left eye. Now I'm gonna take Backwoods all over my eye lid and lower lash, just all over my eye, and then I'm gonna put Trailhead on my outer corner. This might look murky. I'm kind of nervous. Also, Backwoods is the shade that always look, oh, I just realized I didn't put my Milani eyeshadow primer on, but it's kind of too late, so whatever. As I was saying, Backwoods is the shade that usually looks pretty patchy on me. I have a feeling not using eyeshadow primer will not help that situation. But again, this video is just very off and poorly done. I'm gonna use my smaller brush because I'm definitely feeling like I'm gonna mess up. I probably already have, but I'm gonna really pack it on so that it doesn't look quite as patchy, and I'm gonna try to blend it out the best I can. But you know, I'm working on exhaustion and green tea, and then I'll just try to get that on my lower lash line. We'll see what it looks like. Also, sorry for the disgusting face I'm probably making right now. Okay, I think on my actual lid it does look bad, but I'm gonna cover that up with my outer corner shade and my metallic shade. I think we're cooking with gas. So again, I'm gonna take Trailhead and just tap in a few times because I'm nervous. This already isn't going well. I fear I have set myself up for failure because I don't remember this ever looking quite this bad, but I've never used this palette without eyeshadow primer, and I'm just trying to blend it. I don't know. I think I just need to go to bed. There's no fixing this. Again with the NYX glitter primer, because I definitely need this one. I'm not gonna skip primer again. That was a mistake and I've learned my lesson. I'm actually gonna start with this super deep metallic called To Earth, which is an interesting name. I don't know. But I'm just gonna put this on like the outer part. I don't know, I wasn't very precise with that application, but I'm going to try to keep this on the outer half of my eye. And then on the inner part of my eye, I'm gonna put a shade that I used to not like. It used to be my least favorite shade in the palette, but now I love pairing it with that green, and it's Be the Sunshine, because it has like a green flip. It's not just a yellow gold. And I'm gonna put that on again as best as I can, because we haven't been doing well so far, so I don't want to get your hopes up, but I'm going to try to put it just on the inner part of my eye, and it got on my lower lid, of course. But that's what that one looks like. Should I put something on my lower lash line? I don't know. Maybe I'll put that green metallic Escape on my lower lash line, again with this brush that is not meant for the lower lash line. Just cause, like, it can't get worse, I feel like. I was dumb for saying that. It did get worse because I put that way too far down. But I'm just gonna move on. I'm gonna put my eyeliner and mascara on, and I'll be back. Okay, I also added some more lipstick to try to distract you from how bad this entire video was. Hopefully it worked. But yeah, that's the Mountain Trail palette. I think, you know what? From afar, it's not too bad. But if you look up close and if you saw it in person, it is that bad. Maybe I should I'm gonna add some inner corners. I already cheated a little bit because I used some green eyeliner on my lower lash lines, but I'm gonna cheat even more and I'm gonna do some inner corner highlights. So I think on this side, I'm gonna use the highlight from my, what is this? Hot Escape Cheek Palette number 2. I've been doing this for days now. It is such a, like, these highlights are such pretty inner corner highlights. And those are my neighbors outside my window. Yeah, that just like, and that's also what's on my brow bone right now. It is so pretty. And on this eye, the inner corner is gonna be the highlight from shade 3. There's a dog. These are so pretty. And I was wearing green palettes the past few days, so I knew these were gonna go with these eye looks. That does make me like them a tad bit more. So yeah, this is these are the final looks. Hopefully this time I will actually remember to put pictures on the screen. But that was my Sydney Grace Mountain Trail palette. I do still love the palette. Like, it's totally my fault for making all these mistakes. I should have just gone with the basic 1 neutral, 1 green look. I was trying to push the envelope and it didn't work. But that's all. At least I got a video up for June for my series. Hopefully next month will be a little bit better. I don't even know which palette I'm doing next month. Again, if anyone has any requests, I'm sure no one wants to see this anymore after this video, but if anyone has any requests and you want me to do a palette that I haven't already done for the series and is not already in another project, please let me know. I will definitely do your requests. Other than that, I will just see you in my next video, and until then, I hope you have a great day. Thank you for watching. Bye.